Hey Starcrafters, Wookie here. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 4-gate. Why, you might ask? That's a good question. Because I know a guy who is self-admittedly undereducated about the 4-gate. So we're going to look at it right here. This is me on Metalopolis, and I'm just going to make probes until I get to 9 supply. You can see this is 8, and here comes 9. Once I'm at 9 supply, I start watching my minerals, and when I get to about 60, 65, I should grab a probe and take it out to my ramp. 90 is a little late, don't know what the heck I was doing, but there's that pylon, and I know my opponent is Terran. He's over here. His name is Gendraga, and so I didn't have to be real careful with the placement there. I'm not walling off. This is fine though, even if you are walling off, because then you can't accidentally put something there to block. But as soon as the pylon finishes, we go back into our 11th probe, and we are going to, I was making a probe while that was in, and you notice that same probe is a scout, the one that made this pylon. And there's my first chrono boost. So we're going to chrono boost 11 and 12. I like to wait till the probe is about halfway before I chrono. And here comes that first gateway at 12 supply as soon as I can afford it. And we are going to watch me chrono boost this again. Oh, it should have happened right there. So that's another timing. A little bit late, but it will be close. If you hit those right on, everything lines up a little better. It's a half second here, 2 seconds there, but that can, over the course of the game, result in 5 or 6, maybe 15 seconds late, which could be the difference in the game. So here I am, I see the gas, I see a barracks, I know he's not proxy gating or proxy raxing me or anything, so that's all good. And I'm at 15 supply, still making probes. Only 2 chronos, there should be a probe in there right now. Alright, only 2 chronos on your nexus for probes, that's it, then you stop. You want to be at 16 supply. As soon as that gateway finishes, you see the zealot starts, then the cybernetics core goes down, and now I'm going to get a pylon as soon as I can afford it to continue probe production. So at 16, my probe production is slightly delayed, but it's only going to be delayed while that pylon comes in. And during game, you want to box your probes and count. You want 16 on your minerals, 3 in gas, and there's always going to be 1 in the geyser, so you should get 2 rows here for 16, and then 17, 18. There's 1 in here for 19, and then there's 1 out on the map that is your scout and proxy probe. Now what we just missed while I was talking about that is this Marine killing my probe. I tried to hide him back here, didn't work so well. So that is bad. Now I need another probe to go out. My 3rd pylon should be my proxy pylon, but I'm going to miss it. You'll notice as soon as the cybernetics core came in, I was on that warp gate research. The assimilator went down. I don't think I mentioned it, but at 14 supply, about halfway through this gateway warping in, when it was just coming down and about halfway finished, I put the assimilator down, got guys on it pretty much right away, and that gives you enough gas to get your warp gates going and to afford this stalker, which is the next thing you produce after the zealot. Now you can see here we're approaching 26 supply. 3 gateways go down because I've been saving up my money, and the timing on those gateways is about halfway through your warp gate research. I should be chronoing this. That should so have a chrono boost going on it. You want that being chronoed constantly. Little hiccup there while I had a coughing fit. Okay, so here this probe finally makes it over to my opponent's base, and I'm going to hide a proxy there and hide the probe here because I don't want them to both be discovered at the same time, if they in fact are. And I'm moving my units out to meet my proxy. This sentry should so be rallied onto this stalker, and they should have left a little while ago because I want them there as soon as I'm ready to warp in. You can see the gates come in just a little bit behind, so they probably could have gone down a few seconds earlier, but there they go. Everything's warping in. 55. Your target time is 5 minutes 40 seconds. That is really good. You can actually get it done at like 5:36 or 8. Stupid zealot. So here we are with the warp in. I just warped in those. You want as many stalkers as you can make, and zealots when you run out of gas. And then we head up the ramp. Now I should have a sentry here to force field this and split those in half and kill half of them. Holding position there was probably not the best idea, but here finally comes the sentry, and I can separate these 3 units from his army. Now it looks like I'm in bad shape here, but that's only 4, now it's 5. Here comes that stupid zealot who chased that SCV, and another warp in gives me a little bit of an advantage in army. So I just run up, zealots doing their job. Their only job is to tank damage. Your stalkers are your DPS, damage per second. So go ahead and let your zealots soak up all that fire. That's fine. When I saw this, I knew I was going to be in pretty good shape, because that means he's light on army. He's expanding. I'm inching my proxy pylons a little bit closer. Take out the bunker, and once he pulls SCVs, I know I'm in good shape. I'm just going to kite him a little bit. And I don't want to take a ton of fire here, but killing SCVs is all good. And the game volume is probably up a little bit, so I apologize if that's a little distracting. But at this point, I am just running in, running up, warping in, and I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to let him kite those zealots because I don't care, and you'll probably see me move over here to threaten his SCVs. If you threaten workers, he's got to come to you, or he's going to die. Oh, and he GG's out. And that was it. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty good. Not bad for Bronze League. And I hope it was a little bit informative for you. To recap, we want a 9 pylon. As soon as you should make your 10th probe while the pylon is coming in. As soon as it's in, we go with probes 11 and 12 and chrono those. Gateway comes down as soon as you can afford it on 12 supply, and when it's halfway completed on the warp in, drop that assimilator and get probes in it as soon as possible. At 16 supply, you've got a lot to do. You've got a zealot to make, you've got a cybernetics core to put down, and a pylon to put down. Then go back to your probe production and chrono your warp gates constantly. Don't let your scouting probe die, and usually around 16 supply is when it's first threatened, so there's a lot going on. Get a proxy pylon down. Don't put it somewhere where it's going to be obviously sniped from the high ground or something, unless you're real crafty and you want to put one where he will definitely see it and attack it so that your other one can morph in. Just be sure to cancel this one before it gets blown up or finishes, whichever comes first. Put your additional 3 gateways down when your cybernetics core is about halfway through warp gate research. Chrono that warp gate research. Keep your eye up here for that chrono boost expired message in game. You should be popping your eyes over there every once in a while. And hopefully research finishes at about the same time your additional gateways finish, and that will be somewhere in the vicinity of 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And out of your first gateway, it's zealot, then stalker, then sentry. Make sure you run those units to your proxy pylon in time to get there as your warp gate tech is finishing, and then just run up his ramp and kill him. We're going to look at one more game, by the way. I'm going to come back in just a second with another game where a 4 gate. Okay, here we are, game number 2. This one's on Shattered Temple. Here I is, and here is Duckman. He's a man, he's a duck. He is Duckman. He's the Terran, and he's right there. And we're going to see, hopefully, the same thing. By the way, my opening is I hover my cursor on my screen with my hand over the E button. I got my finger on it, and as soon as I see my nexus, I click on it and hit E. And then I box my probe, send them to a mineral patch, split them, then select the nexus, rally to the minerals, then control group 4. You'll see if I select something of mine, I'm on control group 4. Then I hit enter, and then I type GLHF, and then I'm on to my game. So we can see 9 supply. Probe goes out a little early, drops that pylon near the ramp, and heads out to scout. He is on control group 1, and away he goes. Duckman, I've got the production tab open this game, I didn't in the last one, so you'll be able to see what's going on a little better there. Pylon finishes, probe starts immediately. So that was good. And we're going to chrono that. See that about halfway? The chrono starts. Very nice, very nice. Good job, Wookie. Thank you, Wookie. You're welcome, Wookie. Get in the habit of boxing your probes in-game so you know how many you've got. Unless it's this early, you can just tell by your supply. But pro tip there. Right here, you see it just about nailed it, only missed it by 65 minerals. That was sarcasm, but there it goes. And I will sometimes control 5 this just to be able to get back to it quickly. My probe did find him already, I believe. No, maybe just now. I think I tapped the watchtower. I wasn't actually looking over there yet. Here he goes. So see the barracks, good. That means it's not you know, like here, which is less good. See the gas, you can always click on a gas and see how much, like 2500 minus this to tell you how much he's mined. And back in my base, while you're doing that scout, you have to pay attention to this, because remember, you need to get your simulator down at 14, get those guys in it right away, and then come out here. There should be a cybernetics core. Look at that, I've got the money. There should be a cyber core. I should have a probe right there that should be all ready. So I am not doing as well this time as I did last time, and you know, that's fine. It just means I need to work on it. I have forgated the computer on easy a handful of times. You can see I sneak out and get my third pylon right there as a proxy. We saw that same sequence go down where I needed a zealot. It looks like the zealot was late too. Good grief. But you know, this goes to show you, if you need to work on these timings, just do it versus the AI on easy, and so that way you don't have to worry about them trying to kill you. Get that warp gate. Get that warp gate. There it goes. Boom. Chrono. And just work on getting all these timings to line up. If you do it right, you don't carry this kind of money and everything lines up perfectly. I mean, you're going to carry a little money here because you're saving up for those 3 gates, but 3 gates is what, 150, 300, 450. So you want to have somewhere around 400, so by the time you start dropping down those gates, you get them all. But I am just a little bit behind this time. Well, we're going to see what happens. You'll notice my opponent is making a Reaper, and that's going to be part of the story of this game, coming up here in a little bit. Zealot running around looking for a Marine hanging out, looking for, you know, an SCV scout that might come. But here's, you notice my gateway was rallied to my Zealot. Now these guys with warp gate this close to being done, these guys should already be at the tower. My probe's there. I know it's safe. They should just be there, and I don't put them there, so that's bad. But there's the additional 3 gateways, so everything is starting to line up. Don't get supply blocks. You're going to want that 42 and then 50 supply by the time you start attacking. This is a nice spot on this map because you can warp in here, and the guy might, you know, if he just clicks to the tower, he's going to run through here and not see it. So that's good. Now I'm at the center of the map, and in production you can see my warp gates. My gateways are a little late on, because the warp gate technology is finished, the gateways aren't. So they're a little late and they're still center map, and then when this guy jumps over my edge, I still haven't converted these to warp gates because I'm dorking around with this, and now there's a Reaper in my mineral line, so I got to deal with that. Everything is delayed. You can see these guys are just getting here. I've put a backup pylon down. I have to warp in a stalker back here. Finally got all my gateways in, or my warp gates in, but look at the timer. 7 minutes and I haven't climbed up his ramp yet. Poking up this ramp is like imperative at 6 minutes and 15 latest. You want to be there at 6. So I'm gonna hesitate again and look at what he's got here. That's a lot of units. And the thing to do right here is run away. That is the correct assessment of this situation, is that you can't break it, run away. That's not exactly what I did, and it cost me big. So I'm going to hit the plus button. We're going to go ×8. He's got a tank. He's got Marines and Marauders. He runs out here. He blows up all my stuff that was camping that pylon. He blows up that pylon. I run my stuff away, and now I'm in holy crap mode. And that's kind of how the 4-gate goes. It either works or it doesn't. You're probably going to die. But you know, in the low leagues, the opponent might be really bad, and it might just be imperative on you to not screw up your 4-gate like I just did. But you know, when it goes bad, it goes pretty bad. This guy, you know, he wasn't great, but he also didn't suck. He didn't stop making units. He didn't get supply block that I noticed. I wasn't really paying attention, but I stayed in the game for a little while because you never know how bad a guy's going to be. But he was not one of those guys who lets you win after you throw away a game. But that is an important lesson. If you can't get to here by 6:15, you really want to be careful and maybe consider not doing it. As a matter of fact, let's go back to Let's go back to where that attack happened. I believe it was 7 minutes. Let's see if I can get back to the 7-minute mark. Yeah, because it was about a minute late. So 7:04, 7:09, 7:15, 7:21. So like a minute and 6 seconds late. And if we look at the units tab, 4 zealots, 2 stalkers, 1 sentry, 3 marauders, 8 marines, and a wall and a ramp, high ground. So that is not good for the Wookiee. Is this? No, where's the stupid army one? There you go, army supply. He's got a significant advantage, and that, I mean, the whole point of the 4-gate is you get your army quickly and create this swell and overwhelm, and I totally botched that. If we go back to just to further make the point, if we go back to 6 minutes and 15 seconds when I should have attacked him, we're going to look at his army supply. Did I actually hit play, or are we paused? All right. So the army supply here is even. However, I am, what was that? Control A. There you go. Remember, I am late on these because things didn't line up right. My warp gate's done. These should be warped in already. You can so have those by now. And actually, at 6:15, I should have a warp in of 4 units and be on his ramp. So if we look at my units, let's add 3 stalkers and a zealot to that, and look at what he's got: 4 marines and a marauder with the reaper that's way out here. If I did this right, this is the only thing standing in my way, and I totally own it, and I win this game. So there you go. That was for you, Ziggity Zig. I hope you appreciate it, or at least I hope it was educational for you. You don't have to appreciate it. Who the heck am I? Screw me. It doesn't matter. But if you guys are watching this, thumb it up and subscribe to me if you would. And then if you've got more time in your day to watch YouTube videos about StarCraft 2, go check out Ziggity Zig on YouTube. That's his name. Just search Ziggity Zig. He's over there talking his way out of bronze, and it's fun to watch him get incrementally better and better, and then just have massive regressions into complete noobitude. It's quite entertaining, and I love you, bro. Keep it up, man. And I am Wookie. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.